pleasure, and who doesn't love the idea of that? And I'm talking about all-American favorite pleasures of that crispy, delicious French fries. Well, watch this. Before I even start pulling one or two out to try, I wanted to show you the capacity, because this is the biggest air fryer that Wolfgang has ever done. Back a couple years ago, I think it was maybe even last year, we had a 7-quart from Wolfgang. It sold out in a couple of airings, and it was this price. This is 9 quarts. This is the biggest capacity, which I love, because you can still make a little for 2 or 1, but you can make a lot for when the parties do start happening again, and family and friends. Can you imagine how exciting it's gonna be when we can get back to normal? People are gonna gather in forces, and this is the way to maximize the amount of food that you can pump out of these air fryers. That's 6 pounds of French fries. That was done in a couple of, 30 minutes. We're talking about a 6.5-pound chicken that Wolfgang pulled out last hour. The capacity is everything. It's also 1700 watts of power, so that's gonna give you the performance to circulate the air without a single drop of oil, unless you like it for flavor, but you can certainly back off on the calorie intake. I know I've been overdoing things like, there's no tomorrow, but I'll deal with that when I need to, and this is gonna be that best friend to help you get there. So we've got red, we have black, we have white. We did lose the gray last hour. So what's happening with over 6,200 of our today's specials out the door is they're moving. Like our 7-quart at the same price last year. How about getting 9 quarts? Didn't increase the price, but tomorrow this price will be $50 more than it is today. Let's talk a little bit about what this does, because Wolfgang has mastered this technology. He doesn't put something on the market until he does. So all inside is nonstick. You don't have to worry about cleanup. You put everything in. There's one thing to clean after a big whole meal has been prepared. You can add your vegetables on the side if you'd like. You set the time, you set the temperature, you walk away, and it'll ding when it's done, and then you get to sit down with your family to some deliciousness. And I'm talking crispy skin on that chicken with juicy, succulent, mouth-watering, even white meat, which typically I don't even eat because it's too dried out. But that's not the case. With air frying technology, it circulates that air. If you do massive amounts of food, like 10 pounds of fries, you may want to shake it halfway through to kind of keep that air circulating. But other than that, nothing else that you have to tend to. It does all the work. And a big thanks to our friend, Chef Wolfgang Puck, my all-time favorite. It is so nice to have you joining us, even though we're 3,000 miles away. It feels like you're right with us.
It's thank God of modern technology. Even at home, we can Skype, we can talk to the family, we can talk to friends, so we are not completely isolated. Can you believe if that would have happened 30, 40 years ago, it would have been difficult. If that would have happened when I was a kid in Austria, we would have to write letters to each other, which is kind of romantic, but a little more difficult. But now we are all staying at home, and more people are cooking. I have people call me up and says, Wolfgang, how should I roast a simple chicken? Wolfgang, how can I make some great vegetables? Now, with the air fryer, you can do it all. This is really for you the last chance today to get that. This is a machine you will use all the time for the rest of your life. It's a 9-quart air fryer, so you can cook up to a 7-pound chicken in there. You can make a ton of French fries, chicken wings, whatever you want. So a lot of people say, but I'm only 2 at home. But it's easy to cook for 2 people in one of them. It's hard to cook for 4 people in these little guys because barely 2 people fit in there. So don't worry, get one which fits all. So that's what I like. Let me find a knife here. Okay, we need that and the tongue we have here. Now here, we made a little chicken breast, totally with no fat in here. Can you see that? So I breaded it with our seasoning, so that way it's nice and crispy outside. And now I want to make a chicken salad. It comes out perfectly. And look at it. Look how beautiful they said. Look, if you can get a close-up of that, it's so shiny and so juicy. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I could not be any better.
Yeah, it glistens. It's just beautiful. And I don't know if you used your spices on that chicken breast, but I want to make sure everyone knows that they are available. They've been very popular today. They are, you get a 3-box set here, the rosemary roasted garlic, lemon pepper, and the sweet and spicy. This is either a single or auto ship. There's the info 81372. It's spices is everything, and you do such a great job. It's part of, you know, what makes your cooking so memorable.
You know, this is like perfect for you to do anything at home because you get the seasoning, you get everything done perfect. And now look how juicy the chicken is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It is amazing. Look at that. I mean, you have a salad, and then you have the crunchiness of the seasoning outside. I mean, this is gonna be a feast, yet you don't get unnecessary calories. You don't get all these calories from fried food. So you get from the protein, but not from the oil.
Exactly, and that's the beauty. Right now, most of us,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone I talk to is like, I've put on so much weight since this started. And I mean, it's hard not to. We've been more sedentary. We aren't out and about the way we are used to. So the least we can do is have an appliance that's gonna help us do the things that we wanna do without feeling like we're sacrificing. One of the ways I think everybody can do that too is with the recipes that you and Marion put together in this cookbook. We've only got a little more than 1,000 of these left for the day. I want to put this up on the screen and just flip through all these pages. There's just a ton of everything from breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts. I mean, it's just chocked full of great ideas. There it is, 696712. Again, a little more than 1,000. These are close to selling out. They will sell out early. They usually do. Right now, I have to remind everybody, though, the colors. To my knowledge, we can't do anything about getting more of these when they sell out, if it sells out early. We lost gray. The white may be the next to go. Black is very popular. Red, always a big seller. Color in most kitchens, everybody really tends to go for red. So we do have the 3 choices. And to anybody just tuning in, seeing this maybe for the first time, it's a $20 bill and 90 days to try this and see what you think about air frying. Don't worry and stress. Maybe just try it. I'm sure you've been curious if you haven't gone this route. It's really the capacity that makes this so phenomenal for all of us. Same price as our smaller version from Wolfgang last year. And most of the air fryers we have on our website are half this capacity, Wolf, and still way more expensive than this one today.
You know, this is the best way because you get the quality, but also the size. And size is really important because this is 9 quarters. It has 1700 watts. This is really a workhorse you will use every day. I know I use it at home all the time. My children use it. It is so easy to work with. So I think this is really an appliance you need at home. It will make you a better cook, but also a healthier cook. Who wants to fry these sweet potatoes in oil? You know can you hear them? Look at that.
You know what I think is great too is that you don't have to get fancy with these, with anything you put in here.
Exactly.
I mean, whether it's straight from the freezer section or bulk food stores.
Everyone perfectly crispy. I mean, people just love sweet potato fries. So now you can have a grilled chicken breast with good seasoning and sweet potato fry next to it, and you can tell people, you know what, I'm on a diet. How about you? So this is how you can work it. See how easy and how simple it is.
Absolutely.
Let's look in here. I have a very bad shoulder, so I have to be careful when I pull this way.
Oh, be careful.
All right, can I get a little plate over there somewhere? Yeah, give me the brown one over here, it's fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, look at that. What do you call them, Eric?
Which one, Chef?
The Tots.
Oh.
The Sweeney Tots, I call them. Look at that. Sweeney potato Tots. Look at it. Out of the freezer. Look how evenly brown they are. Can you see that? Now, you can have that as a side dish. Eric, tell them how you serve them for the Oscars.
Yes, right there, right behind you, Chef. The cream and the salmon and the caviar.
And the caviar, yeah. All right, a little sour cream with chives. And then, so we gave people little bowls, and because we serve all in small tapa style, put a little bit of cream on it, just like that. And then If you have smoked salmon, smoked fish, whatever you have, just put a few of them on it and you're in good shape. Look at that. That would be perfect. A glass of Chardonnay, Carly, and you would love it, you know?
Let's go.
On your yacht or not, doesn't matter.
You know, I think it's really an important time too. We talked about this last hour together, but you know, with families being home with kids and not being able to get them to schools or do anything, I mean, not to say that you're gonna send your 6-year-old to go make dinner for the family, but this is probably the safest way for, you know, youngsters to actually be able to cook because there's no exposed heating elements. I mean, there's nothing that could harm or burn you. It's actually kind of, you know, it's a little warm to the touch, but there's nothing here that's even hot. I feel like this would be a great thing for your kids to get involved with. Parents must be going crazy trying to keep their kids, you know, active and not bored, right?
My kids love to cook, especially Oliver. Actually, if somebody goes on my Twitter or wherever it is, you can see us making macaroni and cheese. You can see us making fried chicken with our air fry oven. So it's so simple, so easy. Now, since we are in the kitchen where we do the Oscars, I have some of our customers' favorite dishes. This is our famous chicken pot pie. Of any dishes we did probably over the last 10 years, this is probably the most sought after, where people ask me all the time and says, Wolfgang, why you don't have it at the restaurant? Why you don't make it all the time? I said, I cannot make the same thing all the time. You know, this summer, maybe it's not even in January actually, I saw Prince Albert, the Prince from Monaco.
Right.
He came, I had dinner with him. I know him since he was like 10 years old, I think.
No kidding.
And yeah, so we had dinner together with my wife and him and some friends. And he told me at cut, he says, do you make the chicken pot pie like you make at the Oscars? I said, you were at the Oscars 8 years ago. You still remember the chicken pot pie? And I said, no, I'm sorry. We don't make it here. But you have to come back to the Oscars. So that's, you know, look at that. Even cooking.
Right.
Can you see that?
I can.
That's what convection does. That's what air frying does. Totally even cooking. And you can cut into it. Look how crispy the crust is. No sogginess, no nothing. Look at that.
Oh.
Boiling hot chicken pot pie in here.
So you put that that vessel with all the goodness on inside and that dough on the outside, and it created that beautiful brown crispy crust?
Exactly. So all you have to do is cover it. You can use it in any pot you have at home. So it doesn't have to be one of these ones. It can be a simple aluminum, any crock you have. You decide whatever fits into your air fryer.
Wow, that's actually really cool to know. So you don't have to just use the basket. By the way, it does come with a little insert, so you can take this out and pop that out. But it comes with some really good recipes. I do highly recommend, if you want the final, like 1,000 or so of our cookbooks, here's the info, 696712. My mouth was watering. There's lava cake recipes and ribs and chicken and French toast. I mean, there's amazing options in a whole new concept for some when it comes to healthy eating. You know, it's not the easiest thing to get on a diet and stay on a diet, especially when you're feeling like all I want is the things that I can't have, like the salty fries. Well, you can if you just don't add the oil, because oil has a ton of calories. This is the healthiest way to do it. And look at those fries, Chef. They are golden, brown, and crispy.
Yeah. Some people say, oh, I am eating so healthy. I'm eating Caesar salad. But you know what? Caesar salad has a lot of oil. It actually has a lot of calories because of the oil in it. So the oil has so many calories, and that's what really is so bad. And most of the time, people who have fryers, they don't change the oil every day. They don't change it. Like we do some fried catfish at Chinois, which is that big, so it wouldn't fit in an air fryer, but we change the oil twice a night, so to make sure it's clean. And it's very expensive that way. You know, each time it's 2 gallons or 3 gallons of oil, which go away. So now with the air fryer, if you cook a fish, if you cook anything in there, you don't need oil. You fry like totally pure, and you taste the food the way it should taste. That's even more important, you know. If I would air fry with no flavor, I would say, no, thank you, this is not for me. But we can air fry really, really amazingly well now. So whatever it is, if you get some macaroni and cheese from somewhere, like I have here, look at that. This is actually escargot takeout. Where is my tongue again? All right, let me take it with my... Now, look how beautiful and brown and crispy it is. Can you see that?
Nothing like that crispy, cheesy crust.
I love that.
Absolutely, it looks amazing.
Now, let's see what we have in here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's one of my faves. That and the chicken pot pie.
Everybody loves our macaroni and cheese. It's also one of the dishes we do at the Oscars all the time, every year, because people love comfort food. And in a situation where we are in, there's nothing better than comfort food.
Isn't that the truth? I tell you what, with more than half of our quantities have now been ordered today. So 6,500 are gone. Folks, if you are interested in the least, don't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be $50 more. Today, it's under $100 for 9 quarts. I mean, this is the biggest one that's available, and it's truly an amazing buy. The black, far and away right now in the lead. So if that is of interest to you, don't let it sell out like the gray just did. The gray is gone. We do have black, we have white, and we have it in red. But I do love, most importantly, the fact, and you mentioned this and it's important to talk about, if you're a family of 1 or 2, this is still gonna be something that you're gonna use because it's one thing to clean, one thing to, you know, put everything in. But if you're a family of 4, or if you've got a gathering coming up when life gets back to normal and you wanna make a ton of chicken wings, the capacity here gives the ability to do so. Smaller limits you. Bigger, you can go big, you can go small, it doesn't matter, you've got options. And look at the crispy, the skins. Again, flip these or toss the basket around a little bit if you've got a ton of food in there like this. This is 10 pounds of chicken wings. And then enjoy, because it's not like they're gonna be all, I mean, you can't do this under a broiler. I mean, seriously, the idea of a broiler and oven heats up the kitchen so much, you know, more. This takes less power, it cooks faster, it's easier, and it's just all around healthier.
Yep, I think it's the best way to cook because it's healthier cooking. We all wanna get healthy, we all wanna feel better. And you know, if you eat French fries out of that, even if you eat a lot, you don't feel bad. If you eat chicken wings, or if you eat fried chicken, or chicken fingers, whatever it is, you take it out of there and it feels delicious. Now, Eric, give me a little bit of my salad or something. I have a plate. Here I have a plate. I didn't see a plate. Eric left me again. Okay. Now look at that. Here we have salmon. We added a little bit of our seasoning, coated it with it, and put it in the air fryer. The outside crispy, and when you look at the inside, it is totally moist and delicious. Look at that. See that? Look at that.
Oh, that is perfection.
Yeah.
I love it just like that.
Look at it, and you can see how juicy the fish is. It's really an amazing way to cook.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't get any better.
Honestly, beautiful. And I know there's a salmon recipe in the cookbook. I'm looking here through the rest of the recipes. Croissant breakfast boats. I mean, how creative these ideas are. French toast sticks, real chicken nuggets, bacon and cheese jalapenos, stromboli, crispy cheese squares, brats and peppers. I mean, you guys, look at crab rangoons, cherry tarts, egg cups, banana breads. This is an amazing recipe book. Because sometimes, if you're new to air frying, you're like, I don't really know exactly how to do it. But not only is it the easiest thing, you turn on the temperature and you turn on the timer and go. And there's great tips in here too as to how air frying the results can be even better. But this gives you ideas. I think during a time where most of us, as we talked about, Chef, you know, you get bored with the same thing, and families with kids at home must be going nuts.
They want to do the same thing all the time. You know, you get this repetitious mode. Now that you have the air fryer, why not sear a steak and make French fries and set a table nice like you're in a steakhouse? Have a good glass of red wine with it. because it's the weekend, so you have to enjoy life. You know, no matter how bad we feel, you know, food gonna make us feel better. If you eat crummy food in a crummy time like we are in today, it's gonna be a bad day for you. So at least you enjoy what you eat, and you can enjoy it with no guilt because it doesn't have any extra calories. It's totally delicious without extra calories from the oil.
Yeah, that's
Look
just
at that. Here I made a pasta al forno. So we made this leftover macaroni from last night, and we put it just in here with some mozzarella cheese and baked it in the air fryer. So it's so simple and so easy.
How about pies, Chef? Could we do a pie in here?
Oh, we do a lot of small cherry pies now, blueberry pies, cobblers and stuff like that. It's so easy to do. Like I can put the cherries and everything in here, cover it with streusel and bake it in the oven.
Wow.
Cover it with dough, bake it in the oven. So it's really the best way.
I tell you what, it could be a great one and only appliance if you live in a small space, or if you do have a boat or you have an RV. My neighbors are just venturing off for their final years living in an RV, living all over the country. Something like this would be really handy because it's, first of all, is also very portable. The size is nice. It's about 12 in length, 13 in width, stands up about 13.5 inches. It's cool to the touch. It looks great, super simple, nothing complicated. And I love the idea that this could be a replacement of your oven, your toaster oven, your, whatever it is that you have. If you are limited on space or you just don't want to, deal with, the electricity, something like this is really a nice alternative on so many levels. It's very versatile. That's why I asked about pies, because you hear air fryer, you think fried chicken, and you think about, French fries and, sweet potato fries. But there's so much more you can do in this thing.
Especially if you have the size what we have, because this is really so different, because you can make one pot meals just like you would in a big oven or whatever, so it's so simple, so easy to work with. It's like here I have our roasted chicken. So you just slide it through here. And, some people like their chicken a little more cooked, some a little less cooked. It really depends. Look at that. This is like so delicious. The meat falling off the bone, but not being dry.
Oh, it's just so golden, beautiful, crispy skin. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Often when you get these chickens, the breast is a little brown and the rest is not cooked. It's more like steamed, but not with a convection oven. Why? Because the air circulates all around the chicken. So that way you get this delicious brown, crispy chicken.
Oh, everything looks so delicious, even from a distance. I know we're used to getting really nice tight shots on these beautiful plates of yours.
Even from 3,000 miles away, you want to say. Huh?
Exactly. But here's the update. We have been so busy since our show started this afternoon, Chef. Everybody looks forward to you being on air because you teach us so much, and we so appreciate it. And the fact that we're making this available. This is a 9-quart capacity. Your last one was 7 quarts, and it was this price, and it sold out. This is 9 quarts. That's so much more room. And bigger is better in a lot of cases, and certainly in this case, because you can make a little, but you can also make a lot. If you have something small, you're limited to just smaller portions, so you're gonna have to do batch after batch. This is an amazing product at $50 less today than it will be tonight at midnight, but we're closing in on 7,000 spoken for. We're dipping below 6,000 available for the rest of the evening hours. And you know what happens in the evening? Things go really fast. So take advantage while you can on your favorite color. We have white, we have black, we have red. Black outselling the other two right now. So if you don't want it to sell out on you later, get it now before you lose track of what you wanted to get done today. The item is 688-368. The crispy fries. I love the fact that, Chef, even you go to the freezer section of your supermarket to do the things that you want to do for your kids.
Exactly. If we cook these days, lunch and dinner and maybe breakfast, if you cook everything to order, it will take you forever. And after a while, you're going to say, I'm just too tired. I don't want to do that. So go help yourself. Buy something half cooked already or done already, whatever it is. And then you finish it like I did with my potato tots here. What did I do? I just added a little sour cream chives, and I found some cheap salmon eggs or some trout eggs there too. You can add whatever you like. You can add just a little spice, a little cayenne, a little honey, whatever you would have with your potatoes at home. You know, some grated cheese maybe. So it's so simple, so easy. Let's look what more I have here.
And I'm going to show everybody, too, the capacity if you're just flipping through channels.
Yeah.
You guys, this is 10 pounds of chicken wings. It's so heavy. 10 pounds. I could put more in there, but I don't know if I would need to. 10 pounds is going to serve the neighborhood. I mean, when parties start happening again, we're all, you know, we can imagine. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. The tray just went up tumbling. But I tell you, when parties start happening again, it's not going to be in little small groups. We were tired of that. We're going to be like, come on over. Let's just have a party and bring on the masses. You want the capacity, and that's what this product is going to give to you. I do have to update everybody, Chef, because I know we had that commercial blender earlier in the show. The last update I got is that we had 2 dozen left out of the 300 we started with. I will let Okay, last call. We've got 12 left in the commercial blender. So make sure if you are interested in that, you place the order. I'll get you the information on it because I'd love for you to get that. It's 655585. Here it is on the screen. Final dozen of that commercial grade blender. 655585. And again, we are at almost 7,000 of this today's special. It's a big, big part of the quantities that we were able to secure, and I hope that you can treat yourself because you will love it, your family will love it. You know what, it's easy, it's healthy. I don't know about you, but I've been enjoying the downtime I've had. I've been cooking more, I've been drinking more, I've been sleeping more, I've been doing some organizing and gardening and that sort of thing, but I tell you, when all of this is over and behind us, we're all gonna wanna cut back on calories, and I can't think of an easier way to do it without even really feeling like it. You know, calories come from the oils and the greases that, I think, Chef, you showed us what a chicken produced in terms of the extra fat.
I know. It's all these unseen calories. You don't see them really, and you don't think about it. When you eat your French fries, when you eat your chicken fingers, whatever it is, you don't really see how many calories they actually added to it because of the oil. And you know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just eating chicken fingers. It's white meat. It has no calories. Don't get fooled. It's full of it. It's full of calories because of the oil. Look at that. Here we have our sweet potato tots. The same thing. Out of the freezer section in your local supermarket. But again, we're going to doctor them up a little bit. So I use a little honey. What do we have? A little cilantro or some herbs somewhere? Maybe. All right. And then I'm gonna make it also a little spicy. So I'm gonna put a few red chilies on top here. And look at that. You put that on the table. And another good thing is, if you get my smoked sea salt, just a little touch of salt on top. Everything will taste better that way. So here you get a dish which didn't cost you much. You just have to think a little bit. And that's what I'm here for, trying to help you a little bit how to be a better cook at home, but have actually less work, you know? Yeah. You don't want to stress at home. You don't want to think, oh my God, do my kids gonna like it? Make something they like, but make it also healthy.
That's so true, and thank you for doing that, because you really do inspire us to make creative things at home, which brings me to a question. When you pulled out that mac and cheese a bit ago, what kind of cheeses do you like to put in your mac and cheese?
Well, we all put a little cheddar cheese. I put cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese, and a little mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
Mozzarella cheese to make it gooey a little bit, because everybody likes that. Cheddar cheese for the sharpness of it a little bit. And then Parmesan makes everything taste better. You know, it has this umami flavor, we call it, the sixth flavor. So to me, Parmesan is one of my favorite cheeses. I use it a lot, all the time.
Good, thank you. I was always wondering, thank you for sharing, which again reminds...
No, it's actually macaroni with 3 cheeses, and look at that.
That's what you got right there. Well, I don't know if that recipe's in here, but there's a lot of other good recipes in here that I really hope everybody can treat themselves to, because...
If not, we're gonna post it for sure.
We're all looking for new ideas, and this is full of them. This is how many pages? This is over 100 pages of great, wonderful information. 696712. It's been very, very popular today, and I know we don't have as many of these left as we do with our today's special. Speaking of which, we're at about 7,000 gone. If you want yours, we've got 3 colors to choose from. Black, most popular. Look at that. You got a Wolfgang Puck appliance at an incredible buy, full year warranty, and of course, 5 flex, so it's $19.99. It's on its way to your door, and then you've got 90 days, 3 months. Between now and the middle of the summer, you and your kids or your family are gonna have a blast coming up with great ideas that you can do at home. I mean, we're still gonna be at home for a little while. Who knows how long, much longer it's gonna be, but it's not over yet. This is the way to enjoy, home cooking easily, healthily, and I love the fact that this is made by Wolfgang, and I appreciate that you're a stickler. You never put a product out until it's done to perfection. Your 7-quart last year at this price sold out. Now you've made it bigger because people wanted more capacity. Now we got it.
Exactly, exactly. I had a few people came up to me and says, Wolfgang, we are 4 or 5 in our family. I don't want to get up and cook French fries twice. I don't want to get up and cook 2 chicken breasts and then 2 other ones. I want to be able to cook all 4 or 5 of them at the same time. The same thing with fish. Or do a roasted chicken like a 6-7 pounder. So that way you're going to have enough for the family. And at the same time as you roast it, you also can put your veggies in there. So in one shot, you make a whole meal. And that's what I like. Instead of working and trying one pan and another pan, throw everything in your air fryer. And roasted vegetables taste so much better than boiled ones or steamed ones because the roasting really reduces moisture and caramelizes the sugar inside your vegetables. So that way you get a more concentrated flavor. So it's better for you, it's healthier for you. Why is it healthier? Because not all the good nutrients going into the water are going away and take the flavor away. So here you have everything you will ever need. Flavor, easy to do, and healthy. So what more you want with cooking? All we want is have all of our family and friends together, hopefully soon.
Yeah, it's true. And I look so forward to when this is all behind us and we can start inviting friends and family over. I think we're going to be getting together in the masses eventually. So when that time comes, you've got the capacity. I'm going to show you one more time before our time is up. The 9-quart capacity. I mean, you can see this is almost half empty, and I'm still going to pour out 6 pounds of golden, delicious, I mean, this is like the Golden Arches French fries. That's what they look like. They're just beautiful. And I'm always looking for the crispiest ones, and that's what you're gonna get. They're not gonna be all mushy and soggy because they've been sitting in oil that's not at the right temperature, and who knows what was fried in that oil before. There's so much that goes into that old-fashioned way of deep frying your fries. It was wonderful, still is if you wanna go to a restaurant, but I'm not interested in doing that in my home. Making everything smell, I mean, from the kitchen to the bedroom to my clothes and everything in between. So it's been a really, really exciting day, Chef, and I want to say a big thanks for joining us on Skype today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here, and it's my pleasure to talk to so many people out there. I hope you all are safe. I hope you stay home if you don't have to go out. And, cook at home with your loved one, or even if you're alone. Make something you can enjoy. What's better than looking forward at the end of the day, get a great meal, and maybe a good drink too. So both together will make you feel better right away. And I'm here to help you and give you ideas.
You're the best. Mwah! Much love to you, Galila, the family.
Thanks, Carly, and we love you. And hopefully next time we can be there. I can be there in Tampa with all of you.
In person.